My boyfriend, 25M, and his family expect me to give him the car that I won in a raffle. So I, 23F, won a brand new compact car in a raffle I entered a few weeks ago at a trade show I visited for work. This is really awesome, but I already have an older car that I really like, and I just finished paying it off. I'm finally able to pay the cheaper liability-only insurance and plan to keep my older car. My car still has quite a lifespan, as it only has about 100k miles, and if I were to choose a brand new car, it would not be the one that I won. I did some research, and after taxes and shipping, I can make about 14 to 15k from selling the car. That money would be an incredible boost, as I only recently graduated college, and it would more than triple my savings. My boyfriend, 25M, which I have been dating for a little over a year, has been without a car for the last few months. He's been struggling financially, so he hasn't been able to get a new one yet. He has managed fine though, as he can walk to the grocery store and is able to get a ride to work. For any other destinations I usually drive him, and it has worked out fine so far. For background, my boyfriend co-houses with friends, and I live with my dad for free. This is why I have been able to save up money. I definitely see a future with him, but we aren't at the point where we've talked about moving in together. Now, I went to a gathering at his parents' house last night. His whole family has been wonderful and welcoming to me, and everyone congratulated me on winning the car. It seemed, however, that everyone, including my boyfriend, assumed that the logical and obvious step was to either give the car to my boyfriend or give him my car and use the new one myself. Now, I actually was not planning to do either of these things. Like, it would be different if we were married or living together and our money was mixed together, but it's not. And we aren't at that point in the relationship yet. I don't want to give him what would essentially be 15k in cash. If I had won money instead, there wouldn't be any talk of just giving it all to him. This just doesn't make any sense. I feel that the car and the resulting money should be mine, and it's not my responsibility to provide him with a free car. During the dinner at his family's house, I just stayed quiet, because I was so shocked with their assumption and didn't want to rip it away from him in front of his entire family. Now I'm wondering how I should break this news to him and his family. Update 1. So, the day after the family gathering where everyone assumed I'd just let my boyfriend use the car for free, I had to drive into the city where I won the car in order to sign a bunch of paperwork and pay some fees. We both had the day off, so I texted my boyfriend and asked if he'd like to come along so we could walk around the city and go out to eat afterwards. He agreed, and I picked him up. He asked general questions about what I had to do in order to get the car, and I explained that I had to sign some papers and pay up the tax. I informed him how the taxes on the car were going to be several thousands of dollars, and took the opportunity to break the news to him by saying that I would cover it with my savings until I got the money for selling the car. He was quiet for a minute and asked me if I didn't want to keep it. I said no, and told him that I was happy with the current car I had and that it better suited our needs. To this, he simply said that he didn't realize the taxes would be so much, and an awkward moment in the car ensued. At some point, I asked him if his family really thought that I would give him the car for free, and he said that his mom told everyone right before I got there that we won the car and that he'd finally have something to drive. He said that he didn't expect me to do that, but he had hoped that I'd wanted to keep the new car simply because it was new. That would then give him the opportunity to let him use my old car if he took over the insurance payments. He added to this that he did not realize the taxes would be more than a few $100s, and he completely understands my decision to sell it now. I asked him if he was going to explain that to his mother, and he said that he would. He told me that she views the two of us like a married couple already because she really wants him to have a great relationship and had been heavily pressuring him to propose to me. This took me by surprise, as I feel like neither of us are at a point where we're even remotely ready for that, and we have been happy with where we are right now. He promised he'd talk to his mom and would explain everything to his family, and assured me he would make sure that they wouldn't let them think less of me. So he waited patiently while I dealt with the company running the raffle, which ended up taking over 3 hours, and afterwards we had a nice time strolling around the city, and I treated us to a very nice dinner. So, yeah, I guess everything worked out fine, and a simple conversation can be really valuable. I'm really grateful for his reaction, and I'm glad we've been able to work this out.